Hello, awakened beings. Welcome to this channel. Here I do tarot and oracle readings to support you along your spiritual journey. If that interests you, feel free to check out any other content on the channel as well as interact with this video as you feel called to. Today's reading is for Libra, Sun, Moon, and Rising. What do your spirit guides want you to know right now? Let's go. Okay, so Destiny's Child just came through. Jumpin', jumpin'. Ladies, leave your man at home. The club is full of bottles and the pocket's full of grown. Yeah, that. Cause it's 11:30 and the club is jumpin', jumpin'. Okay. Oh. Okay, we got Ace of Wands. Okay, is this about relationship? Yes, I'm seeing that. Page of Chalices. Okay, for some of you, this has to do with relationship, and then for others, aspirations. Okay, so let's break it down. I'm being drawn to the King of Wands because I feel like this is somebody that you're dealing with. Oh, sorry if the lighting is dim, you guys. I think the candle is going down. Like it has it gets charged. Why did I say candle? The light thing over here. Anyway, King of Wands. So okay, you could be dealing with the fire sign, Aries, Leo, Sagittarius, or you have prominent fire in your chart, but it just kind of seems like either this is representative of somebody that you're dealing with or you yourself. And I just feel like there's some sort of releasing. Okay, I feel like you're overstimulated. Clarify Five of Chalices. And look, so Five of Chalices, this person is, the cups are full. Oops, there you go. If you can see that, the cups are falling down into the, ocean. They're, they're releasing something. They're losing something. It's, and then we have King of Wands next. And the King of Wands is very powerful. The king represents the master of their element, somebody who's very driven, who knows how to direct their fire, be intentional, you know what I'm saying? And so I just feel like there's something needing to be released in order for you to restore energy and aspiration, motivation. Okay, we also have Page of Chalices here at the end. So I do feel like maybe I just feel like your emotional cup is full. Clarify Five of Chalices, please. Okay, we got Return. Clarify King of Wands. Choice feeds fate. And Page of Chalices, please. Whoa. Carry hope. Okay, so with the Five of Chalices card, we got Return that came out. Okay, so this is giving this energy of rest and honor thyself. So this to me is when you do a burial service. So I don't know if this is going to be helpful or not, but for me, when I do particular energy work, I have a space in my mind that is a cemetery, and so when I need to release something, Five of Chalices, I mentally go to the cemetery and I, bury what I need to. I pour it out into the hole and all that, and I'm grateful for the experiences, or I thank them, or I cry for them, whatever I need to do. But I bury it and give it a whole like little ceremony. Okay, so this is what I'm getting with this card right here, where it's like this Five of Chalices is sometimes this person can look to what they lost and forget that they still have two cups standing. So the Five of Chalices, they don't pour out all five cups, they only pour out three. Okay, so I just feel like there's this message here of closing the chapter on the things that you need to pour out and release so that you can direct your attention to what's still left. Okay, Ace of Wands here. Okay, what else do we have? We have King of Wands and Choice Feeds Fate. Is he smoking? Yeah, looks like he's smoking. I don't know if that's significant in some way. I've never paid attention to that before, so could resonate with some of you. But anyway, well, I mean, smoking and then there's a fire card. I don't know. Anyways, what are you saying, King of Wands, with this? Choice feeds fate. I do feel like there's this message here about burning out. And I said that. I feel like you're overstimulated and you got too many cups full and all that. So I do feel like there's this message here, choice feeds fate, where it's like, okay, you can continue to carry on and do something that could be harmful for you, your body, your spirit, your energy. But I do feel like you need to like cleanse and allow yourself to restore. So, the thing about fire, it can go out. It's not something that continues to burn. It needs material or the right, it needs the right, like wood, that spark, whatever else, in case I'm forgetting something. But like fire needs, or like oil, right? Air. It needs elements for it to continue to burn. And so I feel like with this choice feeds fate, there's this message here of making sure that you are doing your part to make sure you have the resources you need to maintain your spark, nurture it, grow it, and make sure that you're not burning out. Okay. So that's the message there. Before I get to that last one, for some reason I feel like pulling from this deck. So I'm going to do that. You got two cards. You got forgiveness and abundance. Okay, so I do feel like part of this ceremony for yourself, okay, that could have to do with forgiving something, memories of the past, experiences, your past self, maybe interactions with others, somebody else who could be trying to communicate with you. So I don't know, this message of forgiveness is something that lets you know that forgiveness is a tool for healing. Okay, it's something that can lighten your heart, lighten your energy. Okay, because you're not keeping things bottled up and stagnant in your body and your vessel. Okay, so I do feel there's a message here for if there's a particular situation that's coming to your mind as I'm saying the word forgiveness, it's probably referring to that. Okay, then you also have this abundance card. So I feel like that is, what are you saying with that? Because I know what the card represents to me, but I just feel like there's a different message than what I normally get with the card. So I want to dive into that. It has to do with your aspiration. Feeding your aspiration. Ace of Wands here. Okay. So not having this mentality of like, okay, well, I'm S out of luck, Clarify this abundance card. What are you saying? Spirit is talking about being more assertive, being more of a go-getter, going for the things that you want. Okay, because this person on the left here, they're just sitting there holding their head like, oh man, I don't have access to this money, man. oh, well, what am I going to do? But the person over here, they're brainstorming, they're thinking of ideas of how to go and get it. Okay, so there's this message here about, like I said, I keep talking about this fire, restoring your fire. So if there's things you need to communicate it. If there's things you need to do, muster the energy or release so that you can return your energy. Look, it says return. Okay. So there's this, this is all about where your energy is going to. And Spirit is communicating that you have just to nurture yourself, like restore that fire, because there's some things that got to be let go, especially with this forgiveness card. I feel like you might be doing a lot for other people, but not enough for yourself, especially with the Five of Cups. With all the cups full, like you could have different things on your table, the five representing those different things, different people, different commitments, things like that. But if you look at this child is all curled up and they're sucking their thumb, and you know what I mean? So I just feel like there's this another message of like, if you're taking care of other people or other responsibilities, who's taking care of you? Okay. All right, so the last card over here, we have Page of Chalices, and we have Carry Hope. Yeah, that's exactly what I just said, of like, the Page of Chalices is somebody who is like beginning to love or opening up their heart chakra. It can also indicate, relationship with self or another love, or, someone you're interacting with. Because for some of you, the messages here might pertain to a relationship. But at the end of the day, take it how it resonates, place it how it needs to be. But with this Carry Hope card, I just feel like this reiterates the message I was saying about nurturing yourself. So if this does have to do with a relationship with another person, for some of you it does. It could be that you are doing so much for this other person that Spirit is like, hello, you're going bone dry here. This person's situation, if they're going through so many different things, and honestly here too, remember I was talking about being more of a go-getter? This message could actually be for somebody that you're interacting with, where they're SOL and not knowing what to do, and you're over here trying to support them. So there's this message here of like, if you're trying to, support somebody with their experiences, or some things are going on, it just looks like this card right here is like you're going bone dry trying to keep everything filled and steady and balanced, and you're over here like without any skin, without any, like barely staying afloat, it just feels like. So with this Page of Pentacles, it just seems like I just said, if you're taking care of everybody else, who is taking care of you? Make that time. Okay, make that time to do I just feel like maybe you have some hobbies that you put off that you want to try and you haven't tried them yet. Just some things that you want to do that you haven't done. And those are things that could be healing for you. Tend to your energy, restore your energy. You know what I'm saying? So I just feel like, Spirit is saying to restore your energy by releasing, paying attention to yourself, but also doing the things that you've been putting off because you've been, involved with somebody else, or keeping other things going, right? So no, this is a message for you. Okay, let's give you your last card here. Solitude, y'all. Once you embrace the inner divine and your own sacred solitude, the right people arrive at the right time, exactly on schedule, without forcing or chasing. Okay? Yeah. Yeah. All right. There's this quick message here that people, I don't know if I'm not sensing children here, but I'm just going to say this, and if it applies to you, then it applies. But there's this thing called natural supports, right? So when you help somebody, um, when you help somebody with their situation or things like that, you should not be the sole person that they need to accomplish everything and anything, right? So you want people to build their own independence, to be able to solve things on their own, or be able to look for their own resources and things like that. So you basically, what I'm trying to say is, you should be able to, take rest, or tend to yourself, moments to yourself, without the world burning, without people losing their minds or going crazy without you there. Okay, so if you're somebody who feels like you need to constantly show up because, oh hey, what are they going to do without me? Well, that's something that is important for you to think about, is they're an individual. Everybody's situation is different, you know but at the end of the day, sometimes if we're always there to save people, then they don't develop the skills to take care of themselves. That's what I'm trying to say. Okay, so that was your reading. Good luck on your journey. Take care.